Shalom everybody, Rabbi Edelstein here with a very special installment of Rabbi E in 3, brought to you as always by Maor DC. Very special because I'm in Jerusalem, Yerushalayim. This is the second Shabbos that I'm here with the Maor Israel trip. Amazing students from BU, Rutgers, GW, NYU, Brandeis, Tufts. I hope I'm not missing anybody, but it's incredible. I'm in downtown Yerushalayim, in the main part of the city, outside of the Royal Hotel, on a hot late afternoon, handheld camera. Not much to see here. Didn't have time to film in a more exotic location this week. I should say that I didn't allow myself time to film in an exotic location. But I want to start off today, before giving you a short thought from the Torah portion, really encouraging everyone to come to Israel. You know, Jewish or non-Jewish. It's such an exciting place. It's such a vibrant place. It's such a beautiful place. And whatever area of the political spectrum you're on, whatever side I should say, really and there are valid discussions and heated discussions we can have about that. But just to come for the history, the beauty, the people, the food, the culture, it's amazing. And Jewish people, if you haven't been here, it's special. It's very special. I've almost never met a Jewish person who wasn't deeply moved by something in Israel. Very, very few exceptions. So come here. I'm not getting paid to tell you that. It's inspiring. And that's advertisement number one for Israel. And where am I at in time? I might have to give myself another minute in Jerusalem, but because it's a holy city, extra holiness for Rabbi E in 3. But advertisement number 2 is for the Maor Israel trip. It's an amazing trip. What can I say? To see the students grow in their knowledge, in their understanding, in their self-awareness, to see them spiritually grow. That's really what's going on this trip, on many trips in Israel. I can only speak for the Maor Israel trip, but it's very, very special. And I hope you can come on. It's a great second trip, follow-up to Birthright. So growing, now I'll transition into a Torah thought as the hour gets late and Shabbos approaches. Growing and moving. It's been a lot of movement, rushing around. I'm exhausted, I admit it. But this week's Torah portion, Bechukosai, at the very end, the last portion of the book of Vayikra, Leviticus, it begins with the image of moving, walking, growing. It's not an expression used only here in the Torah. It's used elsewhere as well. But here it's a famous verse. In Bechukosai telechu, if in my statutes, God says, you will go, telechu, or walk. That's mitzvosai tishmeru, and you'll guard my commandments and do them, then you'll have beautiful blessings in the land of Israel. And if you don't do that, bad consequences will follow. It's something that there's another section of the Torah similar about, that blessing collectively and communally will come, and individually, from doing the mitzvot, and the opposite if one does not follow mitzvot and follows the desires of one's heart. But the image of going and moving, Jewish law, the word for Jewish law as a whole is halacha, like the word telechu here, to go. Because the point of all the mitzvot is not to restrict and confine, but quite the opposite, to allow you to grow and move and progress in this world. And I've seen it on this trip. I mean, just in the learning of Torah and the exposure to the mitzvot and everything, there's so much growth and excitement and movement. That's what Judaism is all about. Moving and growing, not getting too exhausted. And if you get too exhausted, Shabbat comes to restore your energy. But that's what it's all about. A great rabbi, the Or HaChaim, Rabbi Chaim ibn Attar, who lived from 1696 to 1743, has 42 insights on that clause, or that verse, in Bechukosai telechu, if in my statutes you will walk. And I'll just give you one of the 42, because it would be Rabbi E in 43 if I gave you all. But one of them is that the image, one of course is that idea of walking and growing, but one is also that there's nothing more effortless than walking. And the goal of the Torah is not that we're stressing and straining to follow its guidelines. They should become a part of us and a part of our life, naturally to us, so that we instinctively, ultimately want to do the mitzvot. It takes work, of course. There's much work of self-improvement, self-mastery involved in the world, in the life of a Torah-observant person. But the goal is to grow and to progress. Have a wonderful Shabbos. I've overstayed my welcome, but hey, I'm sharing time in Yerushalayim with all of you. Special shout out to my Harvard classmates. It's the 35th anniversary reunion, and I'm missing it. Wish I could be there. Have a wonderful, wonderful Shabbos wherever you are.